Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is another podcast, I believe episode number 11. So as of November 2nd, it's pretty cold out here in Chicago and I think it's going to stay like that for a long time. But as you can know how we get started with the Funko news. So as of right now, the first news is Wops Rips wait, let me repeat that. Wops Rick from Rick and Morty. Jesus, I don't know why that was so hard to say. But he's getting released 11/4, so probably 2 more days. He should be released in stores. I'm not sure if that's all of the Rick and Morty Funko Pops, but as of right now, Wops Risk. All right, that's the last time I'm saying that. He is getting released as of the 4th. Also, Dark Aqua box launch announced it is not glow in the dark. I believe they messed up. They had posted a picture of a Dark Aqua and had a glow in the dark sticker. I believe they took that off because it is not glow in the dark. But it's also a real cool pop and one of the ones I'm interested in. So funny story is when I did my last Funko haul, I did see Lee inside Hot Topic. I decided to not pick him up because I knew there's one hint of him coming with the Keyblade, and I decided to only pick up. So I just don't want to collect 1,000 Kingdom Hearts, and so I just decided let me just get the rare ones out of them, which the rare ones are like the more exclusive ones. So like Dark Aqua, definitely need that because I do like Aqua character in Kingdom Hearts. But here's a ton. So if it's Star Wars fans, get ready because there's a lot of Star Wars news today, and one of them is Dark Ray. So Funko has been pumping out um, Kylo Ren like crazy. So he gets a 10-inch Kylo Ray, but it is glow in the dark. So it's a 10-inch Kylo glow in the dark, which I might even pick that up because that's crazy. And then so there's a Dark Ray, there's a C3PO, and then there's another Kylo, which is sounds and lights, which is interesting because I did pre-order the one on Entertainment Earth. I'm not sure if it's an exclusive to Entertainment Earth, but I did pre-order that one on there. So I might pick this one up also because who doesn't want the lights and the sound? So not only is Funko pushing out just too much Kylo. Like if I'm Funko right now, I would hold off. Like I know you got the new movie coming out right now, and this is technically part of the new movie wave, but I would stop trying to make 10,000 Kylos. I mean, who needs that many Kylos? Like, I know, there's a lot of Star Wars fans and they need all these variants, but it's just too much Star Wars right now. But these two pops probably might, or maybe you maybe want to pick these things up because just you're not probably not gonna get another 10-inch Kylo for a long time. And then the lights and sounds, I always think those Funko Pops are real cool. And then the BAM exclusive, the androids. So there's two of them. I don't know the name of those robots. And this is probably me not being a Star Wars fan like that. Excuse me. And then Terminator, Dark Fate Pops are available now. The Chase, there's a Chase, and then T800. I seen a recent picture of him. He looks pretty cool. He hasn't been announced yet, and there's no details of where he's being shared at. So, but be prepared for that in the future. And then when he is more info comes out, I'll definitely let you guys know about that. Also, the 10-inch Eevee is the 29th of this month. So if you guys love Eevee Pokemon, you guys want to pay attention to that. Also, on Hot Topic, they announced some December pops for Hot Topic, and one of them is Buckbeak. I believe he's from Harry Potter. Harley Quinn Demon got announced too, and Grape Scent Ice Polar. So I believe that's like 7-Eleven. I mean, it's the ices. No, not just 7-Eleven, but just the icy, the polar bear from the ices. So he got announced. Also, Motorhead got announced too with Lemmy Kilmister, and I believe he did a couple songs that I know. I believe he did some WWE songs. I'm not sure if it's him or Yukmouth. Um, that did WWE's Triple H's entrance music. I totally forgot. I know one of them passed away, so it might be Lenny. I'm not sure, and if he's not, truly apologize for that. But he also got announced with War Pig, and I seen a picture of War Pig. It looks amazing. Be prepared for Mandalorian Star Wars pops coming out, and Jack on the Angel looks pretty cool. And then if you guys are looking for Miro Togata from My Hero Academia, from Chalice Collectibles, they are shipping him out now. So if you pre-order him, he be prepared for him in the mail within the next couple weeks. But let's get on to the sports news, and we got a lot of it because if you guys didn't know, I wanted to cover this a little earlier when it happened, but unfortunately, how the podcast is working don't play out like that. But the Nationals did win the World Series, and it's probably the last time until like big free agent signings or big trades that we talk about baseball, at least until next season. And so the Nationals won the World Series. Amazing game. I believe there's a lot of moves that AJ Hinch, which is the Astros manager, a lot of moves that he did that kind of went another way if he did the moves, like putting Garrett Cole into the game. I don't know what happened with that, but he decided to go to his bullpen, and then his bullpen got rocked. So, anyways, the Nationals are your World Series champions of 2019. Which is shocking. I mean, they had. I believe I was watching one show, and their odds of winning was just winning a World Series or even making it to the playoffs were just not even close. And then they end up making playoffs. They end up dominating in the playoffs and winning a World Series against a stacked Houston team that has won it before. I mean, it's crazy, man. Baseball's crazy. But anyways, guys, something happened over actually yesterday, matter of fact. So there was a WWE event called Crown Jewel. I didn't watch Crown Jewel because there was a lot of matches I just wasn't interested in. But I did watch Raw last night, and they had basically an NXT takeover. And I absolutely loved this episode. This episode was amazing because it had a lot of guys who, I mean, yeah, these guys get airtime on NXT, but a lot of guys that deserve some more airtime, and basically just had NXT just dominate all of SmackDown. So the only thing I was kind of upset about it was that they want to make it a promotional thing about the new Survivor Series, because Survivor Series has this normally it's SmackDown versus Raw. They pick a team, and they have the teams fight each other. So now they're making it a triple team tag team match. That makes sense. So but I was kind of upset about that. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's good that NXT is getting their due, but still, I mean, I would like them to not just, I mean, yeah, they won. I mean, every match that they had, they won it, but it was kind of like the only reason why they did won was because they're trying to do this promotional thing, and I didn't really like that. But the matches were good. It just tells you, because if you guys don't know, since they had the Crown Jewel event, the WWE superstars, their plane got delayed, so they couldn't make it to SmackDown. So they didn't know what to do. They're like, hey, we got all these NXT guys, let's use them. which is there's something they're supposed to do a long time ago, and for some reasons you just don't. And so apparently, they just called up they called up NXT. Even the announcers didn't even make it, and then uh, Pat McAfee as an announcer. Oh my God, they need to do something to put him in there regularly because he's amazing as an announcer. I mean, seriously, like he was the whole bright spot of the show. He kept like he just knows how to amp up the people listening. I mean, I was laughing half of the time. He was when he was saying the jokes were just landing. Unfortunately for announcer, I mean Corey Graves is funny, but he's serious most of the time. Pat McAfee, I mean Pat McAfee's serious, but you just don't take him seriously as you do Corey Graves, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I mean, I love this episode. Tommaso Ciampa just, I mean, I didn't like the promo he did against the Miz because he basically did what everybody does against the Miz and talk about his movies and all that. I mean, his TV shows and all that. I didn't really like that out of it, but Ciampa just shows like he's just one of the bright future stars coming up. And then you had so these are the people who actually like got airtime, actually had not matches but just like showed up. I mean there was a lot of NXT stars, but people who actually like came out. So it's Tommaso Ciampa, and then it was Rhea Ripley. There was Baszler, I forget her first name. There was Keith Lee, and then Matt Riddle. uh I do like those duos, Keith Lee and Matt Riddle, the bro thing. I do like that, man. I mean, they're a good tag team. I would prefer both of them to stay single, but I know they're trying to form them up to be a tag team, which is okay. It's fine. But like I said, I like this episode, man. Hopefully, they get more airtime. Um, and just don't have to do this just like takeover thing all the time. I mean, they should be like superstars just fighting just to fight. I mean, I would prefer them to stop doing this cross brand bull crap. I would prefer them to just have them just fight. But that's just me. Also, since I am gonna switch topics, I actually forgot to do the Pokemon and the Yu-Gi-Oh thing. So I did buy packs, and then I'm about to find out what's in here. So apparently in here in this sarcophagus, if you guys know, I like this tin because it's the eye, the Pegasus eye. Oh man, this is dope. I like this. But apparently there's supposed to be 3 mega packs plus 5 additional foil cards. Each of the 3 mega packs includes secret rares, ultra rares, super rares, and just rare and 12 common cards, including cards from follower booster sets, Flames of Destruction, Dark Saviors, Cybernetic Horizon, and Soul Fusion. The additional foil cards include 2 of 6 new monsters. So either Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, Magician of Black Chaos, which I would love, Exodia, the Legendary Defender, and hopefully Obelisk the Tormentor, Cypher the Sky Dragon, Winged Dragon of Raw, Monster Reborn, or Rageki. Now, I would love any of the Egyptian gods or any Exodia cards. Crazy, I used to have all of them when I was younger, but as of right now, I think I gave all my cards away to my little cousin because I grew out of them. I wish I never did that. Just foolish. I was a foolish little child. I do like this tinfoil box. I mean, look at this. This is pretty cool. So when you open it up here inside, and unfortunately there is a spoiler already. So here's just the pack. Nothing beneath it. I would have loved a ton of more cards. Actually, I was expecting a little something different. But we about to open this pack up first, so this is the Unified Minds, and I'm not sure who you're able to pull out of here. Doesn't really say. So I haven't opened a Pokemon pack in a long time. Guess what, I got some scissors right here. Luckily I do. You gotta be really careful when you're cutting too. You don't want to cut the top part of it. And for some reason I am struggling open up these packs. So I don't remember how you do that. I don't remember you're supposed to put the 3 at the back. Yeah. Or the 3. Wait, how it goes? 3 in the front. So here's the first one, and we got a Salandit. Definitely did that wrong because you're not supposed to put a Salandit. Here's the TGC. I actually don't play the TGC, but I do really want to get into it. Here is the Identify Fossil, which is the worst card to pull. So I'm going to show you guys first. So here is Vigoroth. Real cool. I do like his card art. Then here's one that is really hard. Pumaku. I don't know how to say that. Oh man. Show you guys first. Here, see, these are the first 2 you're supposed to pull first. So if I miss, oh, we got a shiny young goose. Oh man, what's a hollow young goose? Not a good one I wanted to pull. So we got Tynamo. Huh. Scraggy. I do like Scraggy. It's one of the cool Pokemons. Oh, a different version of Salandit. So pretty cool. Bounce Sweet, and the last one so far is a Snow. So pretty dud of a pack, if you ask me. But you know, I mean, we got a hollow Yangos, you know, that's fine. So, since this is, so here are the other 3. They look like this, so these are just gold sarcophagus. So I believe since these are the mega packs, there's 16 cards in a pack. I believe there's a chances of pulling the rares in here. So here's just an open pack, and the first one is Neo Geyser Glider, which is a card I'm not familiar with. So he can't be that new. I am not familiar with that card. So with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, you're not supposed to. Alright guys, hold up. So I'm gonna open up for the bottle. I got a glimpse. Oh my god. Alright guys, here's the first one. Here's the Neo Kaiser Glider. Pretty cool card. Like I said, I'm not familiar with it. You can discard this card and 1 monster, then target 1 dragon normal monster in your graveyard. Special summoning. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can make all monsters your opponent currently control lose 500 attack until the end of this turn. You can only use each effect of Neo Geyser once per turn. So it's a pretty dangerous card. Yeah. So here's the second one. And there is Dimension Shifter. Never heard of this one either. If you have no cards in your graveyard, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard until the end of the next turn. Any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. Pretty dangerous card if you ask me. Probably a card I wouldn't use because it is 3, 4, 5, 6, a level 6 monster, and I wouldn't use that card. But it's pretty strong card if you ask me. Um, Ragged Oh my god, this is a one of the strongest spell cards in the game. Because this card lets you destroy all opponents' monsters. And definitely one of my favorite cards to use that I actually do use when I am playing any Yu-Gi-Oh game. And here is... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh my god, sorry for my language, guys. Holy crap. This is at least the Tormentor. So I believe it did say that there's a chance of pulling them 5 additional foil cards. So I'm not sure if I get all those cards. And I'm sure how rare this is because I haven't bought one of these packs in years, to be honest with you. But guys, we just pulled at least the Tormentor. Pretty cool, man. Oh my god, I haven't owned one of these cards in years. Like, you guys don't understand. And here's the last one. No way. What? Oh my god. Guys, we just pulled 3 of the most strongest cards in dual monsters. Holy crap. Now, this card art is definitely new. This is definitely not an older card. I do like the new art to it, but this is definitely not an original one. I don't have the original one to do a side-by-side comparison, but oh my god. Guys, are you kidding me? Holy crap. And see, this is why I wanted to do this segment, because I knew that eventually I was gonna lose my mind and pulling one of these. But now I can't wait to do so. So that's it. Like I said, I'm only putting two packs an episode. So we got the rest of the episode to keep going. But I already lost my mind. I mean, honestly, these 3 cards. I mean, I knew, like, I would call this successful if I pull just one of the 3 Egyptian gods. But to pull Iblis, now out of the Egyptian gods, I do like Winged Dragon or Raw. Not better than Iblis, but Iblis is probably one of my favorite Egyptian gods. And the fact that we pulled them like that's super crazy. I believe the art. So it is a newer card. So it's made by Kazuki Takashi. So yeah, but so on the next pack, if we could, since we pulled Ultimate Dragon, Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon. So yeah, so this is definitely a newer card because the original is just called Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. So if we could pull Magician of Black Chaos and maybe I'm not sure if it tells me the cards that are on the back, but it says, because it does says Neo Kaiser Glider, so I believe that it tells you what's already in the pack. So I didn't know that. So, but the fact that we got it, I mean, it's amazing. So I call that a win. But anyways, guys, get on with the thing. So I want to give since today is fight night, so I want to give my predictions. So, and guys, tonight's gonna be an amazing card tonight. The prelims, they had Johnny Walker versus Corey Anderson. I know there's 2 other fights, but I don't really know those 2 fighters, so I'm not gonna give my impressions on them. And out of respect for both of those fighters, as I don't know them, I'm not gonna say who's gonna win or who's not. So I do know Johnny Walker and I do know Corey Anderson. I'm predicting Johnny Walker to win that. They have Keith Lee versus Conor Gillespie, which is a crazy fight. I believe that those two match up with each other. I do have Keith Lee winning, but I believe Conor Gillespie. It could go either way for Conor. Um, Derek loses for Blagavy Chonovov, and I probably just 100% butchered that name. I do got Derek Lewis winning. You know, that's the guy who pulled down his shorts and said my is hot. He's always gonna be famous for that, but I do got him winning that fight. You got Wonderboy Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Vincent Luque, and it's probably gonna be the fight of the night because really underrated fight right there. I do have Vincent Luque winning that fight, but who knows? Because Wonderboy, I still think Wonderboy got it, man. He just been facing some bad opponents right now. And then Kevin Gastelum versus Darren Till, which is an amazing fight itself. And I do want Darren Till to bounce back. I just don't think this is the fight for him. And I got Kevin Gastelum winning that fight. And then the main event is Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal. And I got Jorge Masvidal winning. And this is so hard to pick Masvidal over one of my favorite fighters right now, Nate Diaz. I highly respect Nate Diaz, man, but I just think that Masvidal's gonna win. I just think he's too fast for Nate Diaz, and Nate Diaz is kind of, I mean, he's not a fast fighter. I mean, he's kind of like slow, so I do believe he's gonna outspeed him, and I would like to see Masvidal take him down. I mean, I know Masvidal's a striker, but I believe Nate Diaz does have trouble getting when he fights grapplers. He does get into a lot of trouble, so I have Masvidal winning, and I know Nate Diaz. I was watching they have the countdown episodes, and he's like, "Well, I just want to fight somebody who wants to stand up." So with Masvidal knowing that, who knows? Masvidal's gonna try to fight his fight. He's not gonna try to fight Nate Diaz's fight. So I believe he. I mean, who knows if he wants to stand up and trade with him? But if I'm Masvidal's corner, I'm telling him to take him down. But yep. So that's all I got for you guys on the sports. So if you guys don't know, they Netflix put out a Witcher trailer, and I wanted to talk about that because you guys know I talk about Witcher enough on this channel, so you guys know how I feel about the Witcher. So so they announced that it's coming out December 20th, and in the trailer they showed off Dandelion. They showed off and by the way, guys, Henry Cavill looks amazing as Geralt. Amazing as Geralt, man. They did a perfect job with him. I do have a little little things that worry me, so I'm gonna talk about that. But I'm just gonna point out like the noticeable things for me. They had the Dandelion. They showed a scene with him walking with Dandelion. If you guys don't know Dandelion, he's the poet. He's always singing. If you play the game, you guys know who he is. And the movie, I mean the books too. You guys know who he is. If you read the books, they showed Geralt doing the signs. So Geralt has 5 signs. He got the Igni sign, which is Igni is fire, I believe. He has the Ard sign. So Ard is to trap ghost. The key, man, I can't believe I'm forgetting the signs. So he has the key shine, which is it's the yellow sign. It's for the to do a shield around him. It's Yarden, Igni, uh, Ard. So Ard. So in one of the scene, he did the Ard sign. So where it's just a blast. So it's a blast that comes out of his hand. It's supposed to push people back. It's like a shockwave. So I mean, he has 2 other signs. I'm not gonna say all the signs because I don't remember them on top of my head. But it's real cool that they're actually doing the signs, and then in the scene you can see like if you slow it down, you can see like like the motion coming out of his hands. Pretty dope, man. I mean, I love it. Um, he also when he also they also showed off as a part towards the end of the scene where when he has too much toxicity because of the potions, because the potions are it's supposed to be I mean, yeah, it helps him in battle, but you can in the game and in the books you can die from the potions if you take too much of it. So he does get like the veins start coming out of his face, and I they did a perfect job on it, and I think it looks amazing. They did show off a ghoul. They did show off Siri. Uh, and I'm gonna talk about that and towards the end of it because I do have a problem with the Siri. They showed off the bathtub scene. They showed off Philippa Einhart, which she's part of the lodges of the sorceresses. So she's probably one of the strongest sorcerers is in of the sorcerers in the world in that universe. So so there's a couple things that probably worried me. Oh, they also showed off Emerus. So Emerus is Siri's father. He's supposed to be I believe that's supposed to be Emerus. So he's Siri's father. He's supposed to be like the emperor of the uh, is it Nilfgaard? Man, I haven't played the game in a while, so I don't remember all the characters' name. But I believe he is the Emperor of Nilfgaard, so they did show him off. So apparently, so here's a couple things that probably is gonna worry me. We didn't see Radovid. There is a character that they did show off of him, even though he wasn't wearing. Because normally King Radovid is he's probably the worst king. I love how they portrayed him in the game because he doesn't care. He's a total A. You guys know what that means. So they didn't show him off. It kind of interesting that they didn't show that they. I'm not sure they're gonna have him in the story. But if they're going by the books, which I believe they said they were going by the books, we probably won't see him until like later seasons because in the books he's not. I mean, they name drop him a few times, but he doesn't really show up till later on in the books. Um, Things that would worry me is that they changed Siri's backstory. So how she met Garrow and it because in the scene that they showed, she looks kind of older, and then kind of spoilers in the books. And if you guys want to tune out right now, because you guys are reading the books, I don't want to spoil anything for you, so I'll give you some time to tune out. But since I am gonna talk about spoilery things, you might either want to tune out right now or skip forward. But since all right, I gave you enough time. So in the books, Geralt meets Ciri when she's young. So so he basically meets her in in the forest. Man, it's pretty hard to explain. So, but he's basically meets her when she's younger, and then in the movie, I mean, in the trailer it showed that she's kind of older, so I'm not sure I'm gonna have a problem with it. They did say that yeah, this is based off the books, but it's their own touch on it. So I'm getting a little lenient for that. So they are putting their own little touch on it. Hopefully they don't try to change up Yan's and Geralt's love story, their backstory also. Because they, like I said, they had the bathtub scene. That's when Geralt first meets Yennefer. Also, in the books, they also have Geralt have other love interests, and so does Yen, because they're not really in. I mean, they're in love with each other. They're love at first sight, but Geralt, since he has no emotions, he doesn't know how to control it. He has no emotions, so he can't really control it. So he does hook up with other people, and I do hope they stick to that. I hope they just don't pick, oh yeah, just Yen and Trish love story. Because I mean, we got more Yen, but we're not getting more Trish, which definitely relates to the books, because in the books they, and like the first couple books, they stick to the Yen story before they start going to Trish. And then Geralt during the whole time does have his hookups with other people, so that's gonna be interesting how they play that out. And then even in the trailer, there's like nude scenes. So this show is definitely not for kids. So you probably wouldn't want your kids wouldn't watch this show sitting down with your kids, because I tell you, there's gonna be. That's the thing about The Witcher. There's a lot of sex scenes in there, so you probably wouldn't want to watch that with your kid. Also, hopefully they don't change the Witcher code. And I've seen a few scenes where he's killing people, and I hope they are bandits. I hope they stick to that thing, because and especially not just the bugs, and even in the game. I know they're staying away from the game, so basically, even in the books, they basically made it known that they stick with the Witcher's code. So the Witcher's code is don't kill humans unless he absolutely had to, like bandits or pirates. So hopefully they stick to that. I hope he's just not just killing just random people just because they get in his face. He does take a lot of like banter towards him. So hopefully he just doesn't just lash out, especially in the show. He just like I had enough of this, Hopefully they don't try to stick to that route, because yes, Geralt gets irritated with it, but he also in the books and the game, he also makes it known that uh he does take a lot of it. He takes a lot of it in. He takes a lot of them spitting on the ground and calling him a mutant or a freak. So I hope they do stick to that. I hope they don't try to change that, because if they try to change that, I definitely you know, would get mad about that. I noticed how they also changed the medallion, so that instead of just having just the wolf face, they had the wolf, like the mouth like towards the right, like facing off towards the left. So I'm not really sure how I feel about that. I mean, it's just a little minor thing to me. I kind of wish that they kind of stuck with the same medallion, because that medallion is kind of like the main part of The Witcher, just the big wolf. So I kind of wish they would have stick to that, but I don't mind it. So it's just like I said, just a minor little thing. Um, Also the schools. So I wished we get more info. I hope they dive more deep into it, to like the cat school, the wolf school, which Geralt is in, the bear school, and don't remember the other ones, but I believe there's 5 schools. So if you guys don't know, so basically it's just like the Witcher schools. So I'm just gonna leave that for the show. So if you guys are gonna watch it, they'll probably explain to you how he became a Witcher, and it's just like a whole story. So he get basically, they basically kidnap about 5 kids, no, 10 kids, and then probably 2 of them out of the 10 survives the trial of they call it the trial of the grasses. So I'm just gonna let the show explain to you how people become witchers. I mean, it's pretty messed up story, but hopefully they dive into it, and I would want that. I would rather you have them explain it to you than rather me explain it to you, because we'll be here all day. But also, I noticed one thing about the show, about 2 main characters that was missing. Um, One of them is just a side character, not really a main character. Then one of them, but the big one they didn't show, which was interesting, is Vesemir. Vesemir is the guy who actually trained and taught Geralt. So I didn't see him in the show, and I kind of hoping they save him for the show, or probably like a quick teaser of him, because I do love me some Vesemir, man. Vesemir is the man. Vesemir is real good, man. I do love how he gets into little bickering fights with Yennefer, because he doesn't take Yennefer's crap, and I do love me some Vesemir. Actually, he doesn't take crap from anybody. even from Geralt. Also, they didn't show Leto. Leto's, trust me, guys, you're gonna hear this name, especially if you're watching the show. Leto is a main. He's gonna be a main character because he has a lot of things. Um, and I want to see how they tackle him, and it's gonna be real interesting with Leto. He is one of the stronger Witchers out there, and he does have a run in with Garo. I'm just not gonna spoil it. If you guys played the games, you guys know who Leto is. So I do kind of see if they are gonna put Leto in the thing, and that. But yeah, that's about it. So hopefully they stick with the things. If they stick with it within those things, man, this show's gonna be. I mean, this show's gonna be amazing regardless. But it's just like little bits that hopefully they stick with, that definitely helps out the show even more. Also, they just announced a new the same director, so the same director for Ant-Man. They did announce Ant-Man 3 is in the works. So if you guys love the Ant-Man, I didn't really like. I believe Ant Man and the Wasp. I didn't really like that as much as other people did. So yeah, probably not a fan of that. But a movie that I am pretty excited for, and it comes out next year, is Spider Man Into the Spider Verse Part 2. So that is official, guys. It is coming out in 2020. And then Jamie Lee Curtis teased Halloween Kills for 2020. So man, that's gonna be good too. I do love me some Halloween, Michael Myers. Um, what a new story that's probably not something I should have never covered here, but Jason Momoa did I believe he tweeted out people should that he watched the Snyder cut and he feels like that should be released to the public. Now I'm not a guy who definitely like every should they should release a Snyder cut. I always hated the Snyder cut argument, but if he says that people should watch it, I believe they should release it. But honestly, who cares already? But also, the one of the interesting stories is Jeffrey Wright. So it's the guy who was in um, Boardwalk Empire, which I like. I loved him in Boardwalk Empire and Westworld. He is Commissioner Gordon, so he got the Commissioner Gordon job, and I do love that they gave him the job. I can't wait. He has one of the best voices in movies, and I did love that they picked him as Commissioner Gordon. So let's switch on to some games. Talk about some games. So if you guys don't know, BlizzCon is going on. I believe it's still going on right now. They did announce Diablo 4. So I'm not. I play, like I said before. I played the original Diablos. I haven't played the newer ones, but it looked pretty good. I mean, it was alright. I still need to see more. And Overwatch 2. So if you Overwatch fan, I do believe they're putting new maps in for 1 and 2, so that's gonna be real interesting. They announced Dragon Age 4 is in the works, but it's coming out a couple years. But a lead director did leave BioWare, so that's pretty interesting. And to round off this podcast, I'm gonna talk about Death Stranding. So Death Stranding comes out, I believe, the next week. So I'm definitely gonna try to put my hands on it. There's a lot of decisiveness going on right now. A lot of people saying it's good. A lot of people saying it's a lot of this game is not for you. So a lot of people arguing. Not arguing. I mean, I see more like people kind of agreeing and just respectfully disagreeing with people. So I mean, if this game is not for you, then it's not for you. But I'm gonna play it regardless if because I'm like I always been that type of dude. If I hear and it's crazy because sometimes it's like the games that people don't like I normally like, and the game that people like I normally don't like. So this game might be for me. So we're definitely gonna find out more. But so I can't wait to get my hands on it, and it's gonna be real interesting. But when I get my hands on it, I'm definitely gonna let you guys know and get my own personal review on it, and I let you guys know when the game comes out. And the game comes out November 8th. If you guys didn't know, so I'm gonna Probably like a couple days, the next podcast after November 8th, I'm gonna let you guys know how that game is. But I'm gonna end off the podcast with that. But first, I'm gonna actually show you guys again because I can't believe I've actually have these three cards. Mainly these two. I mean, I love Ragiki, but holy crap. And man, just a little young goose. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, guys, and enjoy this beautiful weather. Because here in Chicago, I'm definitely enjoying this beautiful weather. You guys see me, I'm dressed up like if I'm in Alaska. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day and see you guys later.